Welcome to Prophet Samuel tomb. We are at Mitsppa according to the biblical tradition. Look how beautiful it is. It's Mitsppa. It's a viewpoint in a way to Jerusalem, and although the restrooms are hiding it, you can see part of it. And Samuel judged the children of Israel in Mitsppa. The site is identified with Mitsppa. This site is identified with Mitsppa of the Bible according to the remains uncovered here from the first and the second temple. If you're going to the biblical description, we will find so many. We will find that place was mentioned so many times. For example, district of Mitsppa from the book of Nehemiah, when he actually said the return of Zion, which mentioned a ruler of the district of Mitsppa, also mentioned at the time of the Maccabees, and they assembled together and came to Mitsppa over against Jerusalem. Remember, Jerusalem is right here. For in Mitsppa was the place of prayer here to four of Israel. And Samuel died, and all Israel gathered themselves together and lamented him and buried him in the house of Ramah. Ramah, it's a high place, and this might be Ramah, though some of the Christians believe, and that was the Crusaders, that Ramah, it's the city of Ramleh, and from city of Ramleh they took the bones of Prophet Samuel to here. Samuel tomb monument is located in a cave under the fortress, and you can see the fortress, although it doesn't look like a fortress, it looks like a mosque now, but it used to be a Crusader fortress. And then he's located in a cave under the fortress that stands on high hill here on Mount Samuel. According to the tradition, this place is identified with Ramah, the burial place of Samuel, who died on the 28th of the Hebrew month of Iyar. And there's so many things to see here. It's not only the tomb of Samuel, it's more than that, and I'll try to show you as much as I can. In that place we can find so many things from different times, not only from the first and second temple time, Byzantine time, although we didn't find the church that we know that used to be here, pottery from the Umayyad, the Muslim time. The Crusaders came to here, and they called that place Mount of Joy, because Jerusalem could be seen from here. And in the 12th century, a church and a fortress were built here. At the Ottomans' time, Jews weren't allowed to enter the tomb of Prophet Samuel, or in English, in Nabi Samuel, and in Hebrew we say Kever Shmuel Navi, Kever tomb Shmuel Samuel Navi, prophet. Then in 1730, the site was taken out of Jewish hands, and a mosque was built there, and you can see the minaret of it right there in front of you. And during the World War I, the British fought and the Ottomans forces, actually they kicked them away, but on the way they destroyed most of the Crusader fortress that we see here. And during the War of Independence, the site was captured by the Jordanians. Then it became part of Israel only in 1967, the Six-Day War. And now we're going to the Hellenistic street, right there. And the Hellenistic is, let's say, 2nd century BC. And people ask us from time to time, who lives here? Jews or Christian or pagans? Then we do have a mikveh here. Then in that case, at least part of it was a Jewish place. That's a mikveh. Let me show it to you. Oh, sorry. And this is the mikveh, a Jewish ritual bath from 1st century BC, Hellenistic time. Is that the tomb? Is that the tomb of Prophet Samuel or not? Later on we will deal with that. The street is open lately. Then, if you've been in that place like 20 years ago, it wasn't there. In front of you, the pottery clean from the Umayyad period, which is the Muslim time. We're talking about 660 to 750 AD. Let's go to see about a house, or to see how they actually live there, and that's. It's been renovated, of course. Let's enter to it. There are 2 stories building. We've left the street now. There's storerooms for oil and wine here. Up. Look how beautiful it is. And let me show you something, and then we will continue. Oops. What about a room with a bathtub from the Hellenistic period? 4th to 1st century BC. What about it? Lovely, isn't it? We're entering back to the main street from the Hellenistic time. And you can see houses to your left and to your right. The other one that we saw being renovated just for us, but the rest was kept just like they found it. Of course, they restored it a little bit to deal with it. It's a wine press. It's a wine press from 6th and 7th century BC. Then let me show you how it looks like. Wow, it's amazing to see it. Beautiful, isn't it? Can you imagine that we are walking in ancient street? Can you understand that? Look at the minaret of the Prophet Samuel. At the end of the street, we can actually see Crusader wall. The Crusader wall used like a second use the stone that they found here from the Hellenistic time, and they curved it a little bit, and some of them actually left some marks because they used to be paid by that. And then in that case, it's beautiful to see Crusader wall that looks like a very massive wall. For example, you can see that mark. Some of them we know them because they actually build fortresses in Akko, in Israel, and other places in Israel. And I'm touching for you Crusader wall, but stones from 2nd century BC, 1st century BC. It's beautiful. Oh, there's another mark here. And one more. Got it. Aha! We already know him. Yeah. One more. And another one. Aha. Endless.
It's from Sarah for you.
Lovely. Let's enter the fortress. All right. It's high and steep steps. And we'll do that slowly. Yeah, very steep. Can you believe that we are actually visiting the tomb of Prophet Samuel? Remember the time of Saul and David. And he was in a way the prophet forced by God to agree to have a king above Israel. And the olive press. An olive press from 11th, 13th century. This is Crusader olive press.
Snel,
I got niet bij video. Let's enter. Look at the view, isn't it? Look at the view, you can see Ramallah district, Jerusalem. Beautiful. And there's something special that I want you to see here. You know that the Jews purify the hands and the Muslims purify their legs. Then here you can see it both. Remember, it's a synagogue and a mosque. Then, for example, that's where the Muslims can clean their feet, and that's where the Jews can purify their hands. Muslims and Jews can live together. I'm so sad that it's not like that in most of the places here in Israel. The inscription above the door. The one who renovated that place, the site, it was the Muslim 1927 AD, according to the Muslims. The Muslims did it in 1927, and here that we actually know equal to that. Listen to it in Arabic.
هذا المسجد والزاوية, בסדר, מי שחידש את המסגד והזאוויה הזאת, זה חשוב הזאוויה פה, المجلس الإسلامي الأعلى 1345 היג'רי, כן, 1345, אנחנו עכשיו 1444 להיג'רה, היום 1345, זה 100 שנה קודם, עכשיו 100 שנה אבל טיפה יותר קצרות.
Here. Wow, it's 1927 according to our calendar. It's important. Oh, so what's Prophet Samuel is the only prophet in Israel that we know exactly where he was buried. Usually the prophet, when we are talking about it, no one knows where they were buried. Oops. Usually it's because the Jews were supposed to worship only God, not prophets, no tombs. It's strange that we know it. And it's remembered that King Saul came to a fortune teller, and he wanted to know what will happen with him with the war with the Philistines, and she asked the ghost of Samuel to appear, and he was so angry at King Saul, mainly because you cannot do that according to the Jews, and he told him that because of it he will be defeated by the Philistines. And in the Jewish word, there's no tombs of prophets because it's not allowed. Only from the Middle Age, let's say 12th century, 10th century. And in that case, it was strange to see it. Reaching that place, visiting the place, a special day here in the year of the year, wasn't in the Jewish calendar, but it's happened around from 10th century and up. The one who came to visit, I mean the Jews visited, they went to Hebron to visit the tombs there. It's unbelievable. You can see Jerusalem so beautifully. But we're going to climb up to the roof soon, then you will see it better. Remember that I told you about the Crusader that took the bombs from Ramleh. That is, the source of it was a Jewish source. And that's the first time that we actually talked about Samuel, because they took it from Ramleh, Ramah to here. Then, in a way, from that period of time, people started to worship that place. According to the Crusaders, it's called Saint Samuel in Shiloh, and that is where they thought it was going to be. What they did, he was buried in Ramah, and they took him back to here, to his birthplace area. We know that Shiloh is not here. Tomorrow is more north, Samaria, and I did a video of Shiloh. But in 1170, that was the tradition, in a way. From Ramleh to here. Nice, isn't it? In the 12th century, that place was known by everyone as the village of the parents of Samuel and the tomb of Samuel. The Crusader actually changed it and says, oh, there's a fire there somewhere. In the Crusader maps, we do have here, that place is mentioned as the Mount of Joy, mainly because from here you could see Jerusalem for the first time. If you came from Jaffa, from Accra. Beautiful, isn't it? The Crusaders built here a fortress. It's like fortress church. Why? Because the Crusaders, when they came to here, there were only few people around so many Muslims enemy, and everything that they built looks like a fortress. There's one spring. There's a spring down there, and this is the water source here. It was a memorial church with a crypt, and the crypt became to be a synagogue, and above it, the church became to be a mosque. And this is the situation of today. It's a beautiful Crusader church. Looked like a cross. I mean, it was built as a cross, like so many other churches. And that is west, but it's windy. But the apse of the church was supposed to be right here, that area. But then here you can see the church. Looks like a cross. The apse is behind me. And that was the entrance. That was the apse. Okay. Right there. Now it's a mosque. Prophet Samuel was a very important prophet. Jeremiah actually mentioned it. Then Jeremiah said that it's the end of Israel. Even if Moses and Samuel will stand in front of me, there's nothing to do anymore. That shows you that he was very important, almost as Moses itself. In the oral books of the Jews, they're mentioning that Samuel was so important because he was a very important prophet and he judged people. And he was even more important than Moses. You can understand how important Samuel is for it. But why there's not a lot of people today, not Muslims and not Jews? Because it's not the most important prophet this time, today. From the 13th century, the Muslims are controlling here, and it's becoming to be a mosque and a synagogue. Then that's why you can see how important it was for the Muslims and the Jews. The day of his Yortzeit, which is the day of his death, don't try to be here. It's going to be full with hundreds and thousands of Jews who will be here. Then don't be here at that day. There are so many other days that you can visit, and try not to be here on Saturday, although it's open on Saturday as well. But you won't be able to take pictures at the synagogue. For the mosque, if you're not a Muslim, you cannot go in. I've never been in the mosque. In the Hadith, which is the outside books of the Quran, they mention the prophet who crowned King Saul. They didn't mention his name, Samuel, but we know that it's Samuel, and it's not a surprise for us. Though it doesn't mention his name, everyone knows that it is Samuel, and he's a prophet, a Muslim prophet as well. And it started as a Christian place, now it's a Jewish and a Muslim place. We had here in the Byzantine time Samuel Monastery, but we didn't find it yet. We do have some description, we actually mention that place is mentioned, but we didn't find it yet. And maybe in my next video you will be able to see it. If you reach that point, it's already 22 minutes, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I will say it again and again and again, because now it's funny. This is me. And I'm old, I'm fat, but one of you, of course not you, mentioned that I'm so ugly, then he asked me not to show my face. Okay, I'm doing it for him. Here is my face. Here is my face. That was so funny. That was so funny. That place been destroyed by the British. The Muslims in 1927 rebuilt it again, but it been destroyed again because of an earthquake. And in the Independence War, it's been damaged again. From 1967, it's Jews and Christians can pray together. Remember, I was mentioned that in the Ottomans' time, they didn't let the Jews to enter here. We are going now to the roof. Shalom. It's climbing. Let me take a video of that place from here. Ochnia. All right. Boot step. I'm not sure that we will be able to talk because of the wind. but at least I'm climbing up. Wow, it's cold. Thank you. Ooh. Oh. I hope that you will be able to see it. Jerusalem is right here. That's the way to Tel Aviv, the Mediterranean. Gosh, it's freezing here, but it's still beautiful. I know that it's difficult for you to listen now, but that's life. I'm hiding in the wall, and you can see a little bit of it. You can see, in a way, Ramallah district and Jerusalem to your right side. It's beautiful, isn't it? If you will look at my last video, you will see that we make a round tour of something like 7 kilometers, 5 miles around that place. The national park is so big, it's around let's say 7 times more than Jerusalem, something like that, 6 or 7 times more than Jerusalem. Then you can imagine how big it is. Then Ottoman city, Crusader city, Umayyad Muslim city, Hellenistic city, Byzantine city, everyone were here. And do you know about that place? I'm not sure. That part is Givon, in biblical Givon. Remember, the sun will be in Givon and the moon in the valley of Ayalon, according to the book of Joshua, when he actually conquered the war after he almost did it, but it was sunset time. Then he asked God to leave the sun on. Then this is Givon. And behind him, it's the biblical, it's a Muslim Givon, and to the left, the Jewish Givon. And I think you know that you can understand that in front of you is Ramallah. I don't know if you could hear it because of the wind. And slowly entering to Jerusalem from there. That place was the guest house of the Crusaders. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's huge. It looked like stables for the horses, right there. Nothing actually left from it, but it's still beautiful. Unbelievable, I didn't pay attention for that, but you can see Mount of Olives. Right there, Mount of Olives. It means that the whole city is very close to there. You can see 3 towers. That's the right one, right there. The Ascension Church, Augusta Victoria, and the Hebrew University is the left one. Unbelievable. Let me see if we can see the Dome of the Rock there. Not from here. And Bethlehem is right there at the background. Oops. Soon we'll enter to the synagogue, but you can see the synagogue from here as well. But you can see that it used to be a mosque because of the mihrab as well. Here you can see the mosque. We cannot go in, at least I cannot go into it. From the church, what's left from here? First of all, this is the nave. Remember the apse was there. Another transport corridor was there. And now I can see that the Muslims turned it into a mosque. To actually show you where Mecca is. That's the mihrab. And another corridor been destroyed, and this is part. That was part of the second corridor of the church, and on Friday they used that place as a mosque as well. That's why we can, non-Muslims, cannot be here at Friday noon, because that's the mosque. That's the mosque. See, I don't know if you see the inscription. Islamic Waqf, belongs to the Waqf, to the organization, the Muslim organization built it and now owns it. It's lovely to see inscription in Hebrew. I don't know from where. Here. Lovely, isn't it? Now, we're going to the synagogue because we cannot go to the mosque. At least I cannot go to the mosque. Inscription. It's not in Hebrew, it looks like Latin. Welcome to the synagogue that was built next to the tombstone of King Samuel. Thank you. The entrance for the women department is from there. And they can see the other side of the tomb of the tombstone King Samuel, Prophet Samuel. כשאת זזה, תזיזי לאט, לא רק לכאן בידית, לא צריכה לגעת בזה, לבד. ואל תרוצי. She's going to see the green. תגיד, הרעיון שאתה עוזב אותה. תודה רבה. help me. I cannot enter to the women department. Now you do have the both sides actually, but you don't have the Muslim option. But that's life, sadly. All right. Although it's lots of wind. Lots of wind. In a way, that was the entrance to the church. Oh. See that it's a Crusader gate. See the archers, it's all a lot of wind. Although it's windy, if you are here with me, it's almost 40 minutes, please write me something. I want you to know that you survived it. Wait, where? Moat, where's the moat? Here. Yeah, there's the moat. Oh gosh. It was dry moat. I'm so sorry if you're suffering now, but I have no other choice. I'm trying to hide you from the wind. I'm trying to suffer for you. We're going to cemetery here. Remember that was the Crusader guest house.
אבל בתוך בית הקברות, אם תסתכלו, יש פה חלקה ירדנית.
I can see the flag, yes.
יש פה חלקה ירדנית וכתוב עליה, רואים, אלה השוהדה,
There's Jordanian tombs, and it's the 1967 war. You see 3 tombs from the Jordanian League that have been buried here. I don't know if you saw it, that we talking about that. Yeah, you see there's even a Jordanian flag. I'm trying to focus camera. I hope that it worked. See a lot of dust on the camera because of the wind. The cemetery of the Arabic village who used to be here and still here. But it's so nice to see something that from 1967 they've been killed by the Israelis. That's why this part is, you can visit it with me. It's such a beautiful place. Well, we are going to see another spring. It's called Hannah Spring, the mother of King Samuel, and it will remind you so many stories. They were very old, they couldn't bring children into that world. An angel came to them and said, you're going to have a child, and he's going to be pureless, sinless, sorry. This is King Samuel, again the wind. It's so strange to see spring at the upper part of the mount. Usually it's a lower part of it. Let's go to see it. So many other things. too. Looks like a tomb, yeah, it looks like a tomb. It's, oh, totally looks like a tomb, but I'm gonna use that lens, then you will see it better. Oh, it's warmer here. Then we are going to Hannah's Spring. And as I believe the Jews use it as a mikveh, Jewish ritual bath. Remember, the Jews must purify their body, and it's a very important spring, and why not to visit it? Ah, here it is. Here it is. So not a lot of water now, but in the summer, in the summertime, you can find some. And remember, we talked about water system, and no, not in that video, but in water system, you can find a lot of fig trees, and you can see that we do have figs now. Oh, the beginning of it, soon I will be able to eat it. Here's the spring, Hannah Spring, by the name of the mother of Samuel, Prophet Samuel. Oh, the water doesn't look so clean. No mikveh today.
The double mikveh.
Yes, there's another 5 people. Let me go as close as I can to here.
אז מעיין חנה. אז קודם כל, המעיין, אמרתי קודם, הוא מאוד מעניין מבחינה גיאולוגית, הוא מעיין פסגה. אין לנו כמעט דברים כאלה. נותן מים כל השנה, אם כי בקיץ מאוד, זאת אומרת, אוגוסט-ספטמבר, סוף העונה, אז הרבה פחות מים. השנה הוא גם ככה נמוך, השנה שעברה במרץ הוא היה הרבה יותר גבוה, אבל אני רוצה להגיד משהו רגע יותר כללי. בכל הרי...
It's a refugee garden. I love it because when they, excavating and building houses, they're finding so many important flowers and plants, and they're trying to keep it. Then here they're planting it again. If I'm not wrong, no, I don't know, I'm not sure, but you can see that there are signs of so many things. Look how beautiful it is. Oh, look at the... There's a Yofi. It's a nice garden. The idea is that they're trying to keep plants. This is beautiful for me. Not that I'm good with plants, I'm not sure that I'm actually not good with it, but still, it's beautiful to see it. Beautiful to see it. We're talking about cyclamen flower. It's so popular in Israel. It's always flowers between the rocks, and they build a beautiful wall for that here. This is a surprise for me. I never knew about that garden, and I'm happy that we are visiting that place. Remember plants that are rescued from archaeological site and and a lot of building neighborhoods before they're destroying it. Then and not even most well-known flowers. Most of them, sorry to tell you, I don't know them, but it's so beautiful to see it right here. Well, that was Samuel Prophet's tomb and birthplace. Visit if you liked it. Let me tell you that I do have more than 20,000 videos on YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel. If you want to support me, you can do that via Buy Me a Coffee link, via PayPal, and lately, if you look beneath the video, the place that you will push the like and love, there's a sign of love. You can do that through YouTube itself. Thank you very much for being with me, but you know what? Don't go. There's more to see. Then this is for today. Thank you very much for being with me. See you in my next video.